That perennial in your yard that used to bloom with reckless abandon, but now barely manages a handful of flowers, it is not sick. It is not old. It is choking on itself. And August is your last chance to fix it. Welcome back to Cultivel. Today, the perennials you absolutely must divide this month, and the ones that will die if you try. Stay with me. Let's go.
Quick concept before we start. Perennials fall into two categories underground. Clumping roots, like a bag of onions, can be sliced apart and both halves thrive. Taproots, like a carrot, cannot. Cut a carrot in half and you get one dead carrot. Damage a taproot and you lose the entire plant. Everything today is built around this distinction. Perennials you must divide in August.
Plant number 1, Stonecrop. Hylotelephium spectabile autumn joy. Hardy in zones 3 through 9, Stonecrop is one of the great 4-season performers. But as it ages, the center flops open while the outer ring keeps growing, leaving a plant that looks like someone sat down in the middle of it. Dig the entire clump out, going 6 inches wide from the crown. Discard the dead, woody center. It will never bloom again. Replant the healthy outer pieces, each about the size of a softball, 6 inches deep. By next fall, those divisions will stand upright, with flower heads twice the original size. Pro tip: do not amend the soil. Stonecrop thrives in lean, well-drained conditions. Too much fertility makes stems weak and prone to the exact flopping you are trying to fix. Plant number 2, garden phlox. Phlox paniculata. Hardy in zones 4 through 8, garden phlox multiplies into a dense root mat that eventually blocks its own access to water and air, and the result is powdery mildew, that white flour-dusted coating that no chemical will permanently fix. Cut the plant back to 6 inches, dig it up, and chop the healthy outer ring into fist-sized pieces. Replant with 18 inches between plants. That airflow is the most effective fungicide you will ever use, and it is free. Take only from the outer ring. The center is exhausted. Pro tip: divided phlox replanted with proper spacing typically outperforms the original plant within 2 seasons. More flowers, cleaner foliage, significantly less mildew. Plant number 3, bee balm. Monarda didyma. Hardy in zones 3 through 9, bee balm spreads sideways like a small green army, while the original center goes completely bald. Dig the entire clump, discard the spent center, and replant only fresh outer growth with a minimum of 24 inches between divisions. That space prevents the mildew and crowding from returning. Because bee balm hates dry roots in August heat, apply 2 inches of mulch immediately after replanting and water consistently for 3 weeks. Pro tip: the 24-inch spacing feels excessive at planting. By year 2, it will look exactly right, full, upright, and mildew-free. Plant number 4, yarrow. Achillea millefolium. Hardy in zones 3 through 9, yarrow is a warrior, deer-resistant, drought-proof, and happy in lean soil where almost nothing else survives. But every 3 years, the center burns out, and the plant becomes a sprawling colony rather than a focused performer. Dig it up and chop it apart with a spade. No gentleness required. Replant the fresh outer pieces. Do not fertilize, do not amend the soil. Yarrow thrives on neglect, and rich soil makes stems weak and floppy. Pro tip: while you have everything dug up, check the surrounding area for underground runners and pull them back before they establish further than you want. Plant number 5, daylily. Hemerocallis spp. Hardy in zones 3 through 10, daylilies grow in fans that eventually crowd inward until the plant competes with itself. Flower count drops, blooms shrink, and the gardener assumes the plant is aging. It is not aging, it is crowded. Pull the clump apart in August or September. Most varieties separate with just your hands or a garden fork. Replant clumps of 3 to 5 fans each, 2 feet apart. Remarkably, daylilies will bloom at full capacity the very next summer after division. Pro tip: find the natural separation points rather than forcing cuts. Most clumps fall apart with surprisingly little effort when you work with the plant rather than against it. Plant number 6, Shasta Daisy, Leucanthemum ex superboom. Hardy in zones 4 through 9, Shastas die in the center faster than almost any other perennial. If you see a bare brown circle inside a ring of green, that plant is already on borrowed time. The great gardeners divide every 2 years, not 5. Dividing on this schedule results in double the flower heads, every time. When replanting the outer pieces, mix a shovel of compost into each new hole. Shastas are heavier feeders than the drought-loving plants on this list and genuinely need that support. Pro tip: a divided Shasta reblooms at full capacity the very next season. An undivided one slowly declines over 5 years and then dies. The 2-minute division pays for itself immediately. Plant number 7, Hosta, Hosta spp. Hardy in zones 3 through 9, hostas grow slowly and beautifully for years, but after about 7 years, they can reach the size of a bathtub. And when the inner leaves start to shrink while the outer ring expands, the root system has been outgrown. Timing depends on your zone. Zones 3 and 4, late July. Zones 5 and 6, August. Zones 7 and 8, early September. Wash the root ball with a hose, find the natural divisions, ensure each piece has 3 to 4 healthy eyes, and replant at the exact same depth as before. Water heavily for 3 weeks. Pro tip: match the original planting depth precisely. Hostas are more sensitive to depth than most perennials. When uncertain, or slightly shallow rather than deep. Plant number 8, Bearded Iris, Iris germanica. For bearded iris, hardy in zones 3 through 9, August is the only window. The rhizome, a thick, fleshy root sitting on the soil surface, becomes a dead, matted tangle in the center after 3 years. Throw the old center rhizomes away immediately. They serve as an open invitation for rot and the iris borer, the most destructive iris pest in North America. Keep only fresh outer rhizomes, trim the leaves to a 6-inch fan shape, and replant with the top of the rhizome exposed to the sun. Bury it and you get foliage and 0 flowers. Pro tip: after replanting, allow the soil to dry slightly between waterings for the first 2 weeks. Rhizomes in August heat can rot if kept consistently wet before the roots callus. Perennials you must never divide. Plant number 1, Peony, Paeonia lactiflora. Hardy in zones 3 through 8, peonies are the patriarchs of the garden. I have seen plants from 1954 still blooming today, simply because no one ever touched them. These plants are hypersensitive to planting depth. The crown must sit exactly 1 to 2 inches below the surface. Dig one up to divide it, and you will almost certainly replant it wrong. And the consequence is a decade of 0 blooms from an otherwise healthy plant. If it is blooming, leave it completely alone. Pro tip: if you must propagate, divide only in early autumn, not August, with extreme care about replanting depth. Even a careful division may not bloom again for 3 to 5 years. Plant number 2, lavender, Lavandula angustifolia. Hardy in zones 5 through 9, lavender looks like a soft perennial, but it is a woody shrub with a solid wooden base, a small trunk. You cannot chop wood in half and expect roots. Attempting to divide mature lavender almost always produces a dead pile of sticks. To multiply it, take 4-inch softwood cuttings from the green tips in early summer, strip the lower leaves, and push into gritty potting mix. Keep damp for 6 weeks and they root reliably. Pro tip: never cut into the woody growth when taking cuttings. Always work in the soft green growth above the wood. Those green tips have the cellular flexibility to produce roots. Woody stems do not. Plant number 3, lupine, Lupinus spp. Hardy in zones 4 through 8, lupines develop a deep, fragile taproot almost immediately after germination. By the time a lupine is large enough to consider dividing, that root is anchored so deeply that disturbance almost always kills the plant. Do not divide. Propagate from seed in autumn, sow directly where you want the plant to live permanently, and allow natural cold stratification over winter. A lupine established from seed in the right spot will outperform any transplant. Pro tip: lupines are nitrogen-fixing plants. Their roots actively improve soil fertility for everything growing nearby, so choose their permanent location thoughtfully, because they will be enriching that ground for years. Plant number 4, balloon flower, Platycodon grandiflorus. Hardy in zones 3 through 8, balloon flower is one of the most beautiful late summer bloomers available. Those inflated buds that pop open into star-shaped violet-blue flowers are genuinely unlike anything else true. But its roots are brittle, fleshy, and extraordinarily sensitive to disturbance. Even minor root damage during transplanting causes significant setback. Division almost always results in loss. Grow from seed in spring or purchase established plants and leave them permanently in place. Pro tip: balloon flower is also exceptionally late to emerge in spring, sometimes not showing growth until May or June. Mark its location clearly before winter so you do not accidentally dig it up in spring thinking the spot is empty. Plant number 5, oriental poppy, Papaver orientale. Hardy in zones 3 through 9, oriental poppies produce some of the most dramatic blooms in the early summer garden. Those enormous crepe paper flowers in crimson, salmon, and white are genuinely breathtaking. But they grow from a deep, fleshy taproot that resents any disturbance. Division almost always causes years of non-blooming recovery, if the plant survives at all. The correct propagation method is root cuttings taken in late summer, 3-inch sections of root placed horizontally in gritty compost, a technique that works reliably without disturbing the parent plant. Pro tip: oriental poppies go fully dormant in midsummer. The foliage disappears completely. Plant something beside them to fill that gap, and mark the location so you never accidentally disturb the dormant root. Plant number 6, butterfly weed, Asclepias tuberosa. Hardy in zones 3 through 9, and one of the most important monarch host plants in North America. Butterfly weed anchors a brittle 3-foot-deep taproot that cannot survive disturbance. Dividing it stops blooms for years, sometimes permanently. Propagate from seed in fall, sowing directly where the plant will live permanently, and allow the natural winter cold to stratify the seeds. A butterfly weed established from seed in the right location can live and bloom for 20 years with zero intervention. Pro tip: choose the permanent location with real care. Full sun, excellent drainage, lean soil. This plant will not forgive being moved once established. Commit to the spot before you sow.
Plant number 7, false indigo, Baptisia australis. Hardy in zones 3 through 9, false indigo develops a root system by year 10 that is essentially a small tree underground, deeper than a shovel can reach. Attempting division is a total loss for zero gain. You destroy a decade of root development and receive nothing viable in return. Like butterfly weed, propagate from seed with cold stratification and plant in a permanent location. Those stunning blue-purple flower spikes will reward you for 2 decades or more. Pro tip, Baptisia is a nitrogen-fixing plant that quietly enriches the surrounding soil for every plant near it. Position it thoughtfully, because it will be improving that ground for as long as it lives. Plant number 8, bleeding heart, Lamprocapnos spectabilis. Hardy in zones 3 through 9, bleeding heart is one of the most beloved shade garden plants. Those arching stems of pendant pink and white heart-shaped flowers are extraordinary in early spring. But the roots are brittle and deeply sensitive to disturbance. Division consistently causes significant setback, and in many cases, kills the plant outright. Propagate from stem cuttings taken in early spring as new growth emerges, or from seed sown with cold stratification. Once established in the right spot, leave it permanently in place. Pro tip, like oriental poppy, bleeding heart goes dormant in midsummer. Plant shade-tolerant companions beside it. Hostas or ferns work beautifully to fill the gap when the foliage disappears.
Divide this weekend. Stonecrop, garden phlox, bee balm, yarrow, daylily, Shasta daisy, hosta, bearded iris. Never touch peony, lavender, lupine, balloon flower, oriental poppy, butterfly weed, false indigo, bleeding heart. What you do in August determines what blooms next year. Drop in the comments which plant you are tackling first. Subscribe to Cultivel for more. I'll see you in the next one. Happy growing, everyone.